Good morning. Expect a triple threat of severe weather across the country today. First, we've got heavy snow for parts of northern England and Scotland, followed by heavy rain and gales for all of us throughout the day today. You can catch all the latest of when and where from me a little later on.
The government in tell us more, so crucially it's the where and the when.
Yes, Sarah, I'm going to stick with the amber warnings because that's the middle tier. That means you've got to be aware that there's going to be some disruption from the story today. And as you see with the amber, this is for snow across the north of England. Now, this one is valid, as we've just heard, until lunchtime today. Heavy snow will quickly be replaced here by some heavy rain, but it could, with the strength of the winds, produce some blizzard-like conditions for a time and some difficult driving conditions. Further north, however, we've got minus 12 degrees in the far north and east at the moment, and it's bitterly cold. We haven't seen temperatures overnight like that since 2010. So obviously across parts of the Highland, we are going to see more significant snow, which could linger for much of the day today, as much as 20 to 40 centimetres. It's because as the storm Bert continues to bump into that colder air, a spell of snow for a time which will continue in Scotland, it quickly turns back to rain, quite heavy rain, quite widespread across the country. And don't forget the strength of the winds. Some winds could see gusts in excess of 70 miles an hour across the Northern Ireland and the west of Scotland. More details though from me throughout the morning.
Yeah, thanks, Louise. So lots of...
Let's go back to weather watching. And Louise is there for us this morning. All eyes on you, Louise, this morning, because Storm Bert is here and we've seen the evidence this morning. The snow has started to fall.
Do you know, Charlie, I'm thinking there's a conspiracy because the last time I was on breakfast was 5 weeks ago and that was the first named storm of the season. So I don't know what I've done to deserve it. But yes, plenty to talk about today. Second named storm of the season, Storm Bert. It's a triple-pronged attack because for some of us, we're talking heavy snow and blizzards, which will continue. For others, it's going to be heavy rain, widespread gales, but turning incredibly mild after the cold snap that we've seen just recently. So this is what's been happening through the night. A lot of cloud as Storm Bert starts to move in. It's already brought some snow across North Wales and Northern Ireland, which has quickly turned back to rain. But as it bumps into some bitterly cold air and temperatures in the far north of Scotland, minus 12 at the moment, we'll see some snow. So we've got amber weather warnings, the middle tier across the country. This is for northern England through the morning. Into the afternoon, we're looking at some more significant snow continuing to hang around across the Highland, and with the strength of the wind, blizzard-like conditions here as accumulations start to gather. So snow here on the leading edge, but elsewhere it's heavy rain. Some of that really quite torrential, not to begin with across southeast England, and it's sweeping through at a relatively quick pace. So behind it, we will see an improving picture. But look at the strength of the winds as well. Widespread 50, 60 mile an hour along the coast, but we could see through North Channel and up through Western Scotland, 70 mile an hour gusts of wind. And look at what that wind is doing in terms of the feel of the weather. Staying chilly in Scotland, but milder as the wind direction is from the south. Through the night tonight, it's a very messy scenario. Bert stays centred to the northwest. A band of rain continues to sweep its way steadily eastwards, some of it heavy. It will continue to stay windy as well, but mild with it. Look at the overnight lows, around 14 or 15 degrees across southeast England. So it's going to be a mild Sunday, but still a windy one, particularly to the southern flank of that low. That's where the strongest of the winds are likely to be. A spell of rain still clearing away from central and southeastern England, here accompanied by 60 mile an hour winds. Still, it stays very blustery indeed. Gales here likely and a rash of showers piling in around that low. But the temperatures are on the up. If we get 17 Celsius in the southeast, we might actually have the warmest November day. So a lot going off at the moment. Monday, Bert is still there in the far northwest, still influencing the story. Still a lot of wet and windy weather. To the south, it's a slightly quieter story. Sunny spells and scattered showers, but we'll need to keep a close eye on that rain down into the southwest. But a little bit fresher as we go through the day on Monday. Temperatures back to where they should be for this time of year. But a lot to get through today. Snow for northern England and Scotland. Heavy rain and gales elsewhere. Back to you two.
Thanks, Louise. We'll see you later on.